Yo, yo, what's good? Hi, my name's Paul, and thank you, Unwanted Thoughts, for having me. I'm not, comfortable enough with speaking to where I could just ramble. I'll try to do my best to not hold back on any tangents, but I'm really close to the mic because I record like this, but I can actually be a little further away from the mic because I'm just speaking. But yeah, I looked up a bunch of questions about like a bunch of interview questions for musicians. So I'll just run through those, and then we'll see where it goes. But the first question on here is, what made me want to become a musician? I don't know. I think it was just I don't know, to be honest. I just really enjoyed music growing up. I had to figure out what I was gonna do in school, and music just seemed like the most, not obtuse thing to do. So I just decided to, further my musical knowledge in an educational setting. And yeah, it's been fun. I really enjoy the creative freedoms that come with being able to just, make whatever music you want to make and write. I love literature and I love to write. So it's been cool being able to fuse both those passions and turn them into one thing that people seem to enjoy sometimes. So it's pretty cool. What instruments did I play in high school? This is so strange. I'm interviewing myself. I played the drums in high school. I never got good, but I played the drums. I tried learning the trumpet. I was really bad at that as well. But yeah, in the next 5 to 10 years, I really don't know where this music thing is gonna take me, or where I don't hope to be. I don't have a thing, but I really don't, hope to be anywhere besides in a comfortable space and in a, being a healthy mind state, and be able to just create. Speaking of healthy mind states, I'm schizophrenic, and I've been able to channel a lot of my unwanted thoughts into my writing, and that's been pretty cool because I feel like, in as much as it's an illness, it's been able to facilitate my writing process, because it's super, I feel like it's just super rapper-esque to just lean into thoughts of grandeur and or delusions of grandeur and super fantastic things. So it's been a little bit of a, it had its downside, but it's, after being medicated and gaining understanding of what the illness was, I was able to sort of learn from my experiences and be able to put them on paper in a way that makes sense to me, at least. Outside of music, I like to skateboard. I like to play basketball. Those hobbies kind of interchange based on location. Not because I'd love or, you know, I live the thing based on where I'm at. It's just like convenience sake. Like, I'm Nigerian, so I spend a lot of time, or I have spent a lot of time here in Nigeria where I'm currently at. And there's not too many places that are skatable, to be frank, at least where I live. So I just play basketball because there's, things put in place to be able to make that happen. So that's been pretty cool. I've been hooping a lot more than I have in like a lot of years. I love film. My favorite director of all time, amongst many others, or I'll just go down the list of like a couple favorites. I love Gaspar Noé. I love Alfred Hitchcock. I love Yorgos Lanthimos. I think that's how you say his name. I really just am a fan of like avant-garde, sort of like super like abstract art forms. Those are my favorite things to experience in the form of film. What other hobbies do I have? I guess I like I don't know. I'm a pretty boring person. I don't do too much. But music's my favorite hobby, as well as job. What strengths do I have that make me think I'm a great musician? Well, I don't think I'm a great musician. I think I'm learning every day. I'm glad to have people around me. As of recent, it's been the homies Nayo and Jack who've really been pushing me to just keep exploring creative liberties and to be myself. So I'm super thankful for them. But to be a little more egocentric, I think I have a certain tenacity that allows for me to be extremely resilient when it comes to learning new things and sticking to the creative parts of music, or just sticking to music. I don't know why I said it like that. That was weird. Just sticking to music in general. And of course, we have to talk about weaknesses. I'm super sensitive. I'm very bullheaded, and I don't like being told what to do. But those are all things that I'm aware of and I'm actively working on to get better at. I just don't want to be hard to work with or, be considered a nuisance amongst my peers. I think I'm super passionate about music because, like, it feels like second nature to me. It's like the only thing I think I'm decent at that I can proudly show someone and not feel like too insecure about. So I'm very happy with the love that I've accrued over the past couple years of really, really grinding. I mean, I've loved music for a long time, but I didn't really start putting in the work until a couple years ago. So I'm glad I've been able to, keep the grind, the gears, spinning, and I don't think I've lost an interest, or I don't think I've lost any interest whatsoever, which is extremely cool. My least favorite part about being a musician is, honestly, it's like a double-edged sword, but it's like interacting with other musicians who don't understand perspective. And that's like super frustrating to me, because I feel like in order to be a good conveyor of information, you must be well versed in understanding more than a singular point of view. It's like, be comfortable with multiple paradigm shifts on a frequent basis. A lot of people just choose to, maybe not intentionally all the time, but a lot of people are just ignorant to certain things. I'm not saying be the most open-minded person in the world. I just think it's cool if you're able to like absorb without letting preconceived notions about what is being proposed to you. Just don't let it destroy the experience. That's my little 2 cents. Okay, there's a bunch more questions here. I really feel like I should be saying more, but I don't I don't know what direction to go in, so I'm just gonna keep going with these questions. But they're pretty boring, to be honest. I guess I could talk about like something that I've been recently interested in. So there's I believe he's German, but there's a German or French, right? Because his name does sound French. But I believe there's a French, or I guess a European physicist named Alcubierre, who was basically trying to prove the existence of warp drive and warp speed. And he has a paper called Alcubierre's Drive. That's a really cool exploration into how feasible warp speed would be in our real world and not just in Star Trek. I've also been interested in the Kardashev scale, which is a metric by which we measure the amount of we measure how much we as a civilization are able to harness the power of solar and turn that into sources of energy. And the scale goes, it's like type 1 civilization, type 2, so on and so forth. And that's something that's been really, really cool to like look into. I guess that's another hobby of mine. I love going down rabbit holes of like just pretty much anything that is, vaguely like interesting, but like robust enough to where it's, still kind of cool. In my music, I explore a lot of themes. An often recurring theme is death. Another is like technology. Another is, I don't even know, dude. Just like weird underworld, the gate to Gehenna, you know? Like, I love just being extremely, extremely brash and abrasive with my content. My creative process is essentially just making a beat and then writing a rap, or sometimes it happens the other way around, and recording, and that's pretty much it. There's nothing crazy. Also, ignore the fact that I have a second chair over there. That's actually That's actually my whatchamacallit, my padding for my microphone. I'm typically recording facing that direction, and I use the chair as a sound absorber. Random. My ideal musician to collaborate with and why? Nayo and Jack, to be honest. And for like music, for like visual art, my friend Sean, because I don't have like, I'm not too much, I have a pretty vivid imagination, but I can't like visualize things that well. And every time I feel like I've had like a random super vague idea, Sean's been able to execute it better than I could have imagined. Dreadgeist, the homie who is also on this show, is really fun to work with because he's just exploding with energy all the time. Yeah, I'm definitely forgetting a few people, but you know, I love all of you, and thank you for working with me if you have, and I hope to work more in the future. These are also the artists who inspire me, but besides the homies, my list of inspiration changes pretty often, but there's usually a few in the rotation that stay sort of consistent. Sean Price, Rock Marciano, MF Doom, Mike, Earl Sweatshirt, Ghostface Killer, yeah, there's a lot more, but those are the only ones I could think of right now. My perfect venue for performing would be anywhere with a microphone, because I don't care. I've never performed raps in front of people. Depending on how I feel, I might do it relatively soon. I'm kind of nervous, but I think it's a necessary evil. I just have to figure it out, and I'll learn as I go along, just for practice sake. Oh, Reggie is another artist that inspires me all the time, and I love to work with. Chell, All Love, WCFR, homie shit. Nayo has been a huge mentor for me because he's just like so well spoken, and he helped me crack the code on making a certain type of beat that I've tried to make for a long time, and he explained it in one Instagram video that was like maybe a minute long, and I'm like, dang, that's cool. So thank you, Nayo. Best piece of advice that I could give to another musician would maybe to be just be honest. Just be honest all the time. Transparency is key. My first music teacher, dang, that's crazy. I don't remember her too well, but I remember her trying to teach me how to play the piano, and I just didn't like it at all. I'm looking for more work ethic, I think, is very important when it comes to making music. Super important. Discipline. Those are things that will carry you very far. Currently, my favorite things to watch on YouTube are there's this old man named Ed Salinger who has dementia, and his kid Daniel takes care of him, and I love watching their little vlogs. Those are really cool. I also love watching like videos of like girls chopping wood. It's pretty funny, but it's just kind of cool. They're just like strong, and that's super impressive. Yeah, I feel like I've gone for 21 minutes and I really haven't said anything like profound, so I might just end it here. But yeah, these are just a couple unwanted thoughts that I had, or a couple thoughts that I had. Before I leave, I would love to say thank you to the homies, my family, Ochai, Miles. Thank you guys for staying up on the phone with me every day. I love you guys. And yeah, feel free to reach out if you ever want to work. I have one copy of a vinyl that I made, or I didn't make it, a vinyl with my music on it that I would love to show, but it's not here with me. Carhartt, sponsor me, please. And yeah, this is pretty fun. I just interviewed myself and just spoke out loud. Strange. Once again, my name's Paul. I make music under the alias Tetsuo, amongst a slew of other aliases. Feel free to call me by whatever you deem fit. Yeah. Have a fantastic day. I love all of you, and peace.